Okay, good morning dear students. So, the last class video I have already uploaded in YouTube. So, please go through that video. Okay. And today I am going to start with the topic anti-partition movement, Swadeshi and boycott. So, this is the topic I will be doing today, anti-partition movement, Swadeshi and boycott. But before I go ahead with this topic, again, what we did in the previous class was we did about the activities of Lord Curzon and we did about the scheme of partition and what was the motives behind this partition of Bengal. Okay. So, the scheme, the plan for partition, it was made by Risley, R-I-S-L-E-Y. Okay. So, he came up with this partition plan and Lord Curzon and Fraser, he was the Lieutenant Governor of Bengal at that time, both they started to work on this plan for partition of Bengal and finally Bengal was partitioned. Clear? And what was announced was that the province of Bengal was very vast and that is the reason why they wanted to, the British government wanted to partition Bengal for the administrative convenience, but actually what was the real motive was to divide the Hindus and the Muslims, the unity of the Hindus and the Muslims in Bengal, because if Bengal is united then they would be against the British government. Clear? So, that is the reason why here the British government wanted to break the unity between the Hindus and the Muslims. Okay? That was the real motive and also wanted to break the sentiments of the Bengalis, the educated middle class Bengalis in Bengal, those who were against the British, okay, wanted to break the moral of those educated middle class Bengalis. Now, moving on to the topic anti-partition movement, this is what we will be doing. So, please again, I will be sending you notes on this. I have already sent you notes on what we did in the previous classes. So, please I want you to go through those notes as well. And today we will start with the anti-partition movement. The actual partition was given effect on 16th October. You need to remember this date, 16th October 1905. So, actual partition, it came into effect on 16th October 1905. Okay. So, you might get this for short question answers. So, 16th October 1905 was the date, actual date, okay, where this partition of Bengal came into effect. And now Bengal was divided into two. Then the anti-partition movement started in Bengal on the conventional moderate line. Again, conventional moderate line means there was no violence. Okay. So, without any violence, the people started to agitate against this partition. And this partition, it was divided into several phases. So, one by one we will be doing with these phases. In the first phase, what happened? 16th October. So, this 16th October 1905, it was observed as the day of Hartal. Okay, so, all over Bengal there was strike. People of all sections of the society, they walked barefooted and they took bath in the river Ganga. The people started walking and singing the famous song Bangal Mati, Bangal Jai. So, these were the song which was, now this song which was sang by the agitators, okay, when after this partition of Bengal to go against the British, they wanted to show their unity and they started walking barefoot on 16th October. What did they do? They walked barefoot. Okay, and they also sang the famous song and people now they were so agitated that they started to go against the British, but without any violence, in a moderate line. The people observed Raksha Bandhan by tying off threads between the Hindus and the Muslims as the mark of brotherhood. So, they knew that, the people knew that they were trying to disunite the Hindus and the Muslims. So, to show the unity, what did they do? They started tying threads, okay, Raksha Bandhan between the Hindus and the Muslims just to show their unity. And again, they started to protest, and there was a big conference which was arranged at Calcutta Town Hall, where the speakers, one after other, they expressed their feelings and injured sentiment against the partition. So there was a huge meeting which was held at Calcutta Town Hall, and one by one the speakers, they started speaking out their views and they expressed their feelings. Okay, and they were very, very sentiment. They expressed their feelings and they wanted to show the British government that they were not happy with this partition, that they were very much hurt. The Muslim leaders like Abul Qasim, Din Muhammad, Dalar Box and Liaquat Hussain, they joined the protest. Even the Muslims, even the Muslim leaders, they joined this protest. Okay, so along with the Hindus, the Muslims also, they joined this protest. And Ananda Mohan Bose, he laid the foundation stone of the Federation Hall, and in that ceremony, people took the vow to resist the partition at all cost. Now, there was a Federation Hall, okay, where all the different communities, especially the Hindus and the Muslims, they came and they met in this hall for a conference, for a meeting. And this hall, the foundation stone was led by Ananda Mohan Bose. Okay, he founded this hall where the Hindus and the Muslims, they came and there they started, again there was a conference or a like they assembled there, okay, to express their views, and they wanted to protest against the British, okay, for this partition of Bengal. The Bengal, this again, the journal Bengal, edited by Surendranath Banerjee, published leading article under the caption, "A Grave National Disaster." So this partition was a national disaster. Okay, this is what Surendranath Banerjee, he published, okay, in his journal. A number of public meetings were held in different parts of Bengal to protest against the partition. Again, public meetings were held to protest against this partition. The British Indian Association, the Bengal Landlords Association submitted memorials, petition against this move of the government. Monmouth is a huge or a very large representation with the signatures of about 7,000 people of all classes and communities of East Bengal was submitted to the Secretary of State. Again, a huge, a very big, let's say a huge large representation with the signatures of about 7,000 people. So about almost 7,000 people, they signed, okay, they signed this, let's say a report, let's say a memorial, a petition, a large report was signed by almost 7,000 people in Bengal, okay, and this was to go against this partition. Even the Doers planters protested against this. Even the Doers, so they were landlords, the Bengali landlords, the British Indian Association. There were 7,000 common people, the middle class people who submitted the memorandum, who signed, okay, this memorandum. And even the Doers planters, they protested against it. And the Calcutta High Court was also against the partition and characterized it as a retrograde and mischievous step. That means it was a very backward step of the British. The English press in India, like Englishmen, statesmen and pioneer, at first they strongly condemned these measures. Okay, condemned means they opposed this partition in the beginning. Okay, then second phase. Again, we are done with the first phase. What happened in the first phase? This partition, the anti-partition movement was divided into several phases. In the first phase, on 16th October 1905, the people started to protest. They started walking barefoot. They started singing, okay, songs to go against this partition. Then the Muslims and the Hindus, they again celebrated Raksha Bandhan, okay, where the Hindus and the Muslims, they tied Rakhi. Then there were leaders, Muslim leaders also, who supported this movement. Okay, there were a lot of conference which was held, clear. And again, there were landlords, there were British Indian Association, there were 7,000 people who signed a memorandum or petition, and the doers planters, the High Court, okay, all this supported the partition movement. This was in the first phase. Now what happened in the second phase? In the second phase, Atma Shakti or self-help movement started. Okay, self-help or Atma Shakti. So what was this self-help? We will do this. And Rabindranath Tagore, Ashwini Kumar Datta, and there were many other leaders who appealed to the Bengali nation to start Atma Shakti or self-help. Rabindranath Tagore now asked the countrymen to organize constructive activities instead of appealing to the British authorities. So Rabindranath Tagore and there were many other leaders, what they told the public, what they told the people, what they told the Bengali nation was that instead of appealing to the British government, it is better that you organize a constructive activities on your own. Okay? So instead of going and appealing to the British again and again, it's better you start your own constructive activities. Okay, that's why Rabindranath Tagore and other leaders came up with this self-help or Atma Shakti. The poet also laid down a program of constructive activities like vernacular education, social reform, village organization, and others in his article Swadeshi Samaj. So what did Rabindranath Tagore do? So Rabindranath Tagore, he laid down a constructive program. He came up with a program like vernacular education, okay, in local language, education in local languages, social reform, okay, a reform in the society, some changes, good changes to be brought in the society, village organization to organize the village, and there were many others. And this was all written in his article Swadeshi Samaj. Satish Chandra Mukherjee, he founded the Dawn Society. So Dawn Society also played a very important role during that time, and this Dawn Society, D-A-W-N, D-A-W-N, Dawn Society. Okay, Dawn Society, which was founded by Satish Chandra Mukherjee, it gave effect to the idea of national education. So this Dawn Society gave idea to the national education. Ashwini Kumar Datta, he founded the Braja Mohan College at Barshil, and now this is in Bangladesh. Then again Sir P.C. Roy, Dr. Neel Ratna Sarkar, they opened Indigenous Factory and Trading Society. Indigenous means native, okay, nothing to do with the British but their own native, okay, which produced own Indian goods. Clear? So this way the leaders also played a very important role. Again in the second phase, Rabindranath Tagore and other leaders, they came up with self-help or Atma Shakti program, where instead of appealing to the British government, they wanted to do something constructive on their own, constructive activities like their own education, national education, vernacular education, education in different languages, okay, some social reform, okay, some reform, some changes in the society, okay, village organization, okay. So this way they came up with different activities, constructive activities. And again, there were indigenous factories which were set up. Indigenous factories like making up their own Indian goods, okay, instead of depending on foreign goods. This was the second phase. In the third phase, the anti-partition movement became a passive resistant movement against the British government through boycott and Swadeshi. Now, in the third phase, they followed boycott and Swadeshi movement. Okay, the boycott was a negative and Swadeshi was a constructive aspect of the movement. The moderate policy of constitutional protest, it had no effect on the indifferent attitude of the authorities both in India and Britain. And Lord Curzon, he said, partition of Bengal is a settled fact and that is settled cannot be unsettled. So, in the third phase, the people now in Bengal, they followed the boycott and the Swadeshi movement. Boycott was negative. Okay, not to use any British made goods, and Swadeshi, it was constructive. That means they wanted to use their own homemade goods, okay, like khadi clothes. Are you all clear? So the moderate, but again the moderate policy, it did not work at all. The protest, petition, okay, being loyal towards the British did not succeed. It did not succeed at all. And Lord Curzon, he said that this partition of Bengal, it has already been settled and this is not going to change. Are you clear with the third phase? Now moving on to the next. So this is the third phase again. We move on to the next. In the third phase, what happened? Bipin Chandra Pal in his New India made a strong criticism of the petition and prayer policy of the moderates for the revocation of the partition. In his famous pamphlet, New Lamps for the Old, Aurobindo Ghosh appealed to the people to rally for forging powerful active movement. Now, Bipin Chandra Pal also in his journal New India, he criticized the moderates because moderates followed what? Petition, prayer, okay, this policy being loyal to the British every time, bowing before the British, this was criticized by Bipin Chandra Pal. Okay, he did not like this policy of the moderates because British, they are not going to listen. Okay, so that's why this policy was criticized. And again, this movement, again Aurobindo Ghosh, he said that this movement is no more a protest against ill government of the Raj. This movement is now direct against the Raj and seeks its end. So this is not to protest against the ill treatment of the British, but this movement is now to end the British Raj. Okay, are you clear? So this movement, Aurobindo Ghosh, he said that this movement is not against the ill treatment of the British, but just because British partitioned Bengal, it is not only for that, but it is to end the British rule in India. In the column of Bande Mataram, Aurobindo, he gave a cry, abolish British rule in India. So in his article also, in the column of Bande Mataram, Aurobindo, he had also written that the British rule must be abolished in India. Thus, the moderate line of protest, it did not succeed. So moderate, the line of protest, okay, this policy of the moderates, petition, prayer did not succeed. The leaders now started searching for new method and techniques, and Krishna Kumar Mitra, he was the editor of the journal Sanjeevani. Again, Krishna Kumar Mitra, this is very important. He was the editor of the journal Sanjeevani and he played a very important, so this Sanjeevani played a very important role in the boycott and the Swadeshi movement. And yeah, all the schools, so what happened now, the students, the youths, they started to boycott schools, colleges, okay, the government schools, the government colleges were all boycotted, and even the people stopped going to government offices. Another important leader, Lal Mohan Ghosh, expressed the hope in Amrita Bazar Patrika. Okay, this was another journal, Amrita Bazar Patrika, that boycott of British cotton goods would create havoc on the Manchester cotton mills in England. That is, again, in the Amrita Bazar Patrika, this journal, Lal Mohan Ghosh, what he expressed, what he had written was that boycott of British cotton goods, if you boycott the British made goods in India, then this would create lot of problem in England, okay, in the market, Manchester market in England. So British, they will suffer, it will create lot of disturbance to the British, it will create problem to the British if you boycott the British made goods in India. The newspapers like the Bande Mataram, Sandhya, Yugantar supported the boycott proposal. So there were lot of Indian journals which supported the boycott movement. Finally, at a vast public meeting at Town Hall, Calcutta, the boycott proposal was accepted. So finally, in a huge meeting which was held in Calcutta, boycott was supported. Then in the fourth phase, so we finished with the third. So first, second, third, now we move on to the fourth phase. In the fourth phase, what happened? The student volunteers, now the student, they started to volunteer and they took part in this movement. They started picketing before the shops which sold British goods. Okay, so they were picketing. So the British, those shops which made British goods, now they were picketing, they were not allowed to sell any British made goods. For spreading the message of boycott and Swadeshi, a large number of volunteers organizations sprang up in Calcutta and in the east and in eastern Bengal. Okay, so there were large number of volunteers who came up. Okay, there were volunteer organizations sprang up, okay, just to again to support this Swadeshi and boycott movement. Then some of them were Bharati Sangha, Swadesh Bandhav, Anusilan, okay, this type of, there were a lot of organizations which came up just to support the boycott and the Swadeshi movement. The students also, they shouted Bande Mataram and they came out of their schools. The government also took very cruel measures. The students, those who took part in this boycott and Swadeshi movement, they were not allowed to go to schools, government schools and colleges. And even they were expelled from the schools and colleges, and sometimes they were beaten up by the police. And the government grants, so the money which was sent by the government, that was also stopped in those institutions, okay, those institutions where the students took part. And again, in this movement, though few Muslims they took part, but again there were other Muslims in general who remained aloof. Aloof means they did not take part in this movement. Okay, so lawyers also, they boycotted the court, okay, where English law was operated. Doctors, teachers, government officials also, they refused to go to work and they did not want to work under the British government. So the people now, they offered indigenous good instead of British made. Now they offered indigenous, that means homemade, made in India, those goods instead of using British made goods. Okay, so there were a lot of folk singers also who preached the idea of the Swadeshi movement in villages. So there were lot of leaders, okay, there were famous leaders like, famous singers, folk singers like Mukundas, Bhushandas and many of them who preached the idea of Swadeshi in rural areas through drama, through patriotic songs. Satish Chandra Mukherjee also, he started to work on this national education plan through the Dawn Society. So through this Dawn Society also, national education was given to the students. Aurobindo Ghosh, he resigned from the post of principal of Baroda College and accepted the post of principal in the National College. So he just resigned from the post of the principal at Baroda College because it was under the British government, and instead he accepted to be the principal of the National College. Okay, and again there were a number of industries which were set up. Pottery, Calcutta potteries, Bengal chemicals, cotton mills, Moini mills, all these indigenous industries and factories were started. And apart from this, there was soap, matchbox, tobacco manufacturing established. So there were so many industries and factories which were open up, and these were all Indian made goods because they totally boycotted the British made goods. And this movement encouraged the flow of nationalist and patriotic literature. So literature also in the field of literature also played a very important role in this movement. Patriotic songs were composed by Rabindranath Tagore. So there were patriotic dramas which were also written by personality like Girish Chandra Ghosh, Amrita Lal Bose. So literature also, there were a lot of patriotic song, patriotic dramas. And lastly, in this fifth phase, the anti-partition movement, it took the character of revolutionary terrorism. In the fifth phase, this last phase, this partition movement, finally this anti-partition movement turned out to be a terrorist movement, revolutionary terrorism. The brutal repression, torture on the innocent people drove the section of the youth to the path of revolutionary terrorism under the inspiration of Aurobindo and his brother Birendra Ghosh. So this, because of the cruel activities of the British, because those who followed this movement, they were beaten up, they were put to jail. Okay, so because of this, this movement turned out to be a revolutionary terrorism. So the revolutionary leaders now planned to murder the repressive officers and magistrates. Now those who were involved in this revolutionary terrorism, so those members of this revolutionary terrorism, what was the plan? To murder the British officers and magistrates. They they expected that the moral of the oppressive British officers would be broken by such murders. So, how do we break? Because prayer, petition, appeal, they are not going to listen. So, the only way was to murder the British officers. Okay, the only way was to murder the British officers. Okay, so in the end, this anti-partition movement, it took the turn of terrorism. Okay, it followed the path of terrorism, and because the British, they were not listening to the appeal, the petition which was made by the people. So, the only way was this terrorist activities by murdering the British officers. Are you clear? So, I am going to end here. So, again your work is to go through, just go through whatever we have done. I will be sending you all notes. Okay.